TNA is under the impression it's better than 50% it can keep Rhino. His recent losses were not the idea of jobbing him out for an inevitable leaving, as some have speculated. WWE is pursuing him for ECW. He's in a good position with his contract coming due in July. There are expected to be negotiations with TNA this week, and the company is hopeful they will sign him before he leaves TV.
Well, that's fun. I never knew that they were trying to get him for the ECW relaunch.
Yeah, so presumably Rhino only signed a 1-year deal when he joined last year, so his deal is up in July. And yeah, for the most part, apparently everyone's locked down long term. So like if they wanted Team 3D, if they wanted Raven, if they wanted Shane Douglas, all those guys are signed. Whereas Rhino, his deal was up, so he was in a position of leverage. By all accounts, by the end of the month, he is either signed his new contract or agreed to his new contract. Obviously, we know he doesn't. So he had agreed to his longer term contract with TNA and doesn't leave for ECW. But yeah, I guess it would make sense that you would look at Rhino. He's still in his prime, still a good worker, so has a name value, has an attachment to ECW, but it won't break the bank. So it would probably make sense why you'd look at bringing him back for ECW.
Exactly.
And fuck you, Paul. You couldn't even get Rhino.
Yeah, make new stars with that, bitch.
They're trying to change everyone over, or at least the key people, from per-show contracts to guaranteed contracts. The top guys are now getting guaranteed money per week. The number isn't big, and Dave is guessing most of the names are between 1,000 and 1,500 per week, with a few of the top guys above that.
I'll take 1,500 a week.
I would happily take 1,500 a week. The lower rank guys are still in the 300 to 500 per show range and don't get paid when they don't appear on TV. One of the reasons you'll see a lot of four-ways on TV is simply to get some of the guys a payday and a little TV exposure. The guys on guaranteed deals are then being booked out to local promoters, very similar to how Mexico operates. If TNA books one of its top guys, say for $1,000 a shot, then the wrestler gets a percentage of that and the office gets a percentage. Dave doesn't know the percentage, but the office gets more than half. The wrestler gets his guarantee.
I have a problem with that if the wrestler gets his guarantee and he gets a little bonus for when he gets booked out.
Yeah, so say if you're getting $1,000 a month, and if you get booked out, you get another $400.
$1,000 a week.
Fine. Or $1,000 a week. Yeah, $1,000 a month wouldn't be very much at all.
No. Yeah, I know. I think that's fine.
The wrestlers can still book outside dates on their own, but it's harder because the contract gives TNA first dibs on house shows. For example, if Chris Sabin wanted to work Ring of Honor, it would be hard to do so because anytime TNA booked him for a show, their show would take priority. In the case of ROH, they do have Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe's dates booked through the end of the year through TNA, so there won't be any problems there unless another snowstorm occurs, says Dave.
Well, you cheeky bugger.
This does seem like the fairest case of the contracts they've been trying to come up with for like 3 years now.
Yeah, they're trying to find the happy medium.
Because there's the ones where I don't think they paid a guarantee and still wanted to control bookings, which is like, fuck you. Whereas here, it's like, you get a guarantee, you get a cut of your bookings, and on dates you're not working TNA, you can still take bookings on your own, but we get first hit. All seems pretty fair.
Yeah.